Hello there, Mark Carr's Hypnotherapy here, and welcome. This evening, I have Carly online. Carly was one of my clients, and the funny thing is, when I asked if she wouldn't mind doing this testimonial, she reminded me, like a very bad husband, that today is of all things our anniversary, isn't it, Carly?
Is.
It is indeed. It is the day. It is 1 year to the day that Carly texted me from a train station. Isn't that right? It is indeed. Do you want to tell us then? Say again.
Fenchurch Street.
Fenchurch Street. Do you want to run us through that day then and what was going on?
Yeah, I can do. It started the day before. I'd had a panic attack on the train, and I couldn't make out what was going on. I'd had panic attacks before, but not like this. And then the next day, I travelled in, and instead of getting on the underground, I got on the overhead, which I've never ever had a panic attack on. And as soon as the doors closed, I just freaked out and had like a massive panic attack. And it was at that point I was like, I need to get help with this. This is just ridiculous. And then obviously the rest of the day just spiraled out of control.
Oh,
I had
that's
like a
right.
massive all day, and that went on for a couple of weeks actually, didn't it, until I saw you.
Yeah, yeah.
And, yeah,
How far back had these panic attacks been going? I mean, a bit prior to that, was it years, months, or weeks?
years, but never like that. There was usually a reason why I had panic attacks. I could always put it down to I was in a situation I was uncomfortable in, or yeah, like if I felt trapped or if there was too many people around me, that there was always a reason.
Mm.
But both of these days, they just come out of nowhere. There was no real reason that they decided to happen that day. And then the rest, after I spoke to you that day, I had one at my desk at work that went on. It just continued for
Yeah.
weeks.
Because you also had a bit of a problem with lifts as well, didn't you? You get, or is it lifts or stairs?
Lifts. I don't like enclosed spaces as well.
Right.
If I
Okay.
get out when I want to, then yeah, I don't know. And I'm usually fine when things are moving. It's when they start stopping that I
Yeah. Okay.
very
Cool.
anxious and aggy.
Oh, so tell us about your experience with regards to hypnosis, because we did two things, didn't we? We did hypnosis and we did Reiki. And for those who don't know, not only am I a hypnotherapist, but I also do a spot of Reiki as well. But over to you. What was your experience of the hypnosis that you had with me?
It was amazing. After the first session of hypnosis, I was able to get, well, at the start of the session, you tried to get me to get in my little cupboard that was full of rubbish. Um, and I couldn't even get in there, let alone shut the door or even, but by the end of the session, I was in the cupboard, I'd shut the door and I was
Mm,
quite happy to stand in there and I felt fine.
yeah.
Over the course of the months that I saw you, I think I saw you for a good few months actually. It was just
Mm,
before lockdown that we finished and it
yeah.
started like October time. Um, Over that course of that months, I could do so much stuff. My life has totally changed. And I have more confidence in myself. My anxiety is probably never ever going to totally leave me, but
Yeah.
it is so much more manageable. You gave me ways to cope with it and deal with it. And I know if I ever have any problems, you're always on the end of the phone as well. Like I've only got to text you and say I'm having a bad day, and you're
Always.
straight on the phone or messaging back. So yeah,
Mm.
you have been invaluable to me.
Have you ever had to call me back though?
A couple of times I have,
Yeah,
yeah.
a couple of
I,
times. Okay, and
yeah,
we've dealt with
not,
that.
yeah,
Absolutely.
not very often. It's yeah, my life is so much better, so
Yeah.
different.
So what's
Um,
changed in your life now? What are you doing with your time?
well, I'm not at work at the moment, but I can't wait to get back to work. But I have signed up to do a degree, a law degree, to become a solicitor.
Yeah.
I have become the head of my children's PTA at their school. Um, Things that the thought of having to do things like that would have panicked me, like that I had to do more things and I couldn't cope with anything, and I just yeah. So I just feel since having it done, I feel more confident in that I'm not going to be in them situations that make me really uncomfortable, or that I can't cope, or that I'm not good enough to do things, or
Yeah.
so yeah.
Outstanding. And we also did, as we said, a little bit of Reiki. What was your experience of that?
That was brilliant. I'd had a chest infection actually since that week that I first phoned you was when the chest infection started, and it hadn't shifted. And I remember you doing the Reiki around January, February time, and it actually started clearing my sinuses and my chest. And that was the first time in ages it had done. And also I'd had a pain from the previous time when you'd done it. I had a pain in my knee. It was my right knee, and I've never had that pain back since then.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
One of the things here is, for everybody who's listening, the thing about pain is it doesn't have to, if you've ever woken up in the morning and realized that you've got a really bad pain and you've been to your GP and they said, well, we can't find anything wrong. This is essentially your body telling you that something is not right with you. And it can be something quite mental, so something emotional, but not necessarily physical. So if you have a pain and a GP says, well, I can't find anything physically wrong with you, then there is something emotionally going on there, something in the background, which your body is just basically telling you, you need to address this particular issue. But it's a matter of finding out what that actual issue is, isn't it? Which is where hypnosis again comes in. So all in all, I would say you're quite a happy little thing there, aren't you? Yeah, I think the smile says it all there.
Yeah, definitely a lot happier, a lot more settled, content.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. So I take it I'd be recommended then.
Yes, I do recommend you to anyone who I know that has anxiety, and I'm like, oh, my hypnotherapist, he's amazing. You should give him a ring.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
Everyone. Yeah.
Well, that's I mean, I can't thank you enough, like I said, for coming on here, because like I say to all my clients, you've said that the hypnosis was amazing, I was amazing, this, that, and the other. But as I've told you before, Carly, this is all down to you. It's having the strength of mind and the will to actually want to make those changes. So you've gone from somebody who's having panic attacks on trains, not able to go into small, confined spaces, to being this far more confident person who's now, as a result of that, decided, well, I'm going to do a degree. So hats off to you, because it's you that's done the work. It really is. So congratulations to you. Thank you. And ladies and gents, I hope that you found that really insightful. A wonderful testimonial from Carly here. And it's important to know that you may have issues going on as a result and having panic attacks. These things can be resolved. And hypnosis is a very natural phenomena, as Carly will attest. You don't go to sleep, do you? As I explained to you, it's a very natural thing, and you can hear everything that's going on. You can feel if you're touched, but you just kind of, I don't know. Did you find you zoned out, or were you just? How did you feel?
I just felt really relaxed. Yeah, I was definitely zoned out. I could hear everything you said, but your mind takes over and things play out in your mind. Yeah, I remember you trying to make me open my eyes, and for all the will in the world, they weren't.
Yeah, absolutely. What Carly's talking about there is when we do an induction, one of the inductions I do, I could either make your arm go very stiff and you can't bend it, or the fingers come together and you can't stop that. I could stick your hands at a table to make you go into hypnosis. But what I did with Carly was a nice gentle induction whereby we just say, right, close your eyes and just breathe nice and easily, and notice how you cannot now open your eyes, no matter how hard you try to open your eyes. And you just couldn't do it, could you? And at that point, it is the strangest thing. So yeah, that's what Carly's on about there. So I'm going to say thank you once again for that, Carly. Ladies and gents, my name is Mark Carter of Mark Carter Hypnotherapy. If you need help with anxiety or post-trauma, have a look at my link on Facebook or YouTube. Click that link and you'll go to my calendar, make an appointment, and you can have a free 45-minute consultation with me, and we can work things through as to how good a fit we are, and from there we can make changes, as Carly will tell you. Okay, ladies and gents, thanks very much. I wish you all the very best of mental and emotional health. Carly, thanks again, and good night.
No.